Hello there, welcome back. We're here once again with my book, which has lots of drawings in it. Some of my favourites, some of my real good ones that I enjoyed doing, and some from festive times. We have got theme every month, and this month's theme is half and half. We've done Spider-Man, we've done Venom, and this week is the Hulk. If you missed this stage where I was colouring this in, then don't forget to check that one out, guys. My name's Blut084, BLUT084, Art and Games. I'm here every single day on YouTube, occasionally on Mixer, but every day and night over on Instagram. Like I said, this has been sketched. I did this sketch on Monday, and then on a Tuesday, we ink it. And then on a Wednesday, which is today, we always colour the piece in, which is what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be trying to use, once again, as always, these colours here, this colour here, and probably a few pencils once I've gone and got them, because I've got to go and get them. They're in the other room, so I'll get them as when needed. But yeah, guys, if you want to know how to draw like this, then don't forget to check out the videos prior from yesterday. They're all live streamed, so they're a bit scacky. But as always, I always listen to a playlist in the background. But you're more than welcome to leave a comment in the comment section as I'm live. If you're watching back, then keep watching. But if you just want to see how this turns out, don't forget you can fast forward to the end. And at the end, there will be, well, after the live stream and giving it a couple minutes to process, there'll be more links. But if you're a fan of and you want to find out what else I get up to, then don't forget, check on up above me, and there should be some more links to other things. Loads of other pictures. Like I said, we did Spider-Man and Venom last week. We did that one last week. Go check that one out. That has been digitized now, and I will be digitizing this one in the next couple of days as well. I've already done the outline of this in the digital format. I haven't done it on camera this time, and I haven't recorded it because I didn't see any point, because it just took me about 5 minutes to get this one linked. This one is now ready to colour in. Again, I'm going to use these Copic markers. Well, they claim to be Copic markers, but they're like the cheap brand and not very good. But that's all I got to use. They're double pointed. We've got a thin end and we've got a fat end. Well, a felt tip thin end and felt tip semi-thin. They're good for detail. We've also got these ones here. These are Copic markers. They are brush pens, but unfortunately, a lot of the colour in it is running out because I've overused them for a lot of things. The skin colour is crap. I won't be using that, but that black's been used up. The blue's probably been used up on all the Spider-Man I do. The red's been used up, but I won't be using red anyway, so fuck you, go away. And yeah, loads of other stuff, guys. Keep watching. I'm going to be getting the playlist doing in the background, and leave a like if you do. We'll be listening to a comic story in the background. If you have a particular Hulk story that you would like me to listen to while you watch, then let me know, because as always, I like to listen to comic story while I draw. And as it's Hulk this week, I've got some Hulk already queued up. We listened to Planet Hulk in the past few days, and today we're going to be listening to the Incredible Hulk in Suda, I think it's called. Complete story. It's where the Hulk becomes separated from Bruce Banner and just becomes his own sort of person. We'll find out more about that in a moment. I'll get that going. But as always, guys, my name's Blut084, BLUT084, Art and Games. I'm here every single day on YouTube, occasionally on Mixer, but every day and night over on Instagram. I'm going to get that playlist going in the background, guys, and get colouring. I probably won't talk too much, but I normally don't talk too much anyway when I'm drawing. I think sometimes it takes away from what I'm trying to do. Or my voice just gets annoying. So I'll be doing that. And after today's game, I'm planning on playing some more VR games I did plan on doing it yesterday, but I just ran out of time. My son came from school and I had to go and do a bit of shopping and get some food. So I didn't have time. But I will be trying to do it this afternoon. Hopefully I'm gonna get some Resident Evil playing, because that's a really good game. It's freaking horrible when you're playing it in VR, which is what I'm planning on doing. So keep tuning for that one. Otherwise, if you're here for the art, keep watching. And if you want to check out any of the other art, check up above in the playlists. I've got absolutely loads of playlists, absolutely loads of art, and they're not all faces, and they're not all some are scenes, some are requested, and some are just things I felt like I wanted to try and have a go at. So I'd love for you guys to have a check them out and check them all out. But yeah, let's get going and get colouring. Oi, might be working. Hang on, give me a second. I got to turn the to have the audio. Forgot that I left the VR system on. Right. Okay, we seem to have. It's not working. I don't know why. Oh. Because as always, yay! Everybody clap, yay! My stereo turned itself off again, yay! Fucking triple Twitch. Bloody triple Twitch! My love sucks! I hate everything. Woo! Okay, it's working now. Yay! Yay! Okay, play you knob.
What if the Hulk and Bruce Banner could actually separate? Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I check trade paperbacks and single issues, that I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then I read it dramatically back to you, all alterations of the panel sticks and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Yes. Don't forget to support these great industries by purchasing these comics yourself online or at your local store. This is actually an older arc for the Hulk, but it is one of my favorite stories for the Hulk because it explored a concept that we never truly thought we'd get to see. The full 15-issue story arc will be a continuing series on the channel for a bit. Links to the story will be down below. The story begins with the Hulk smashing a monster in the underground. The monster hits the ground, bleeding everywhere, and the Hulk walks over, placing his hand on its head. Tell it to let go. The monster looks up at him with sad eyes, and the Hulk hopes it understands that he is sorry. The monster, through eye contact, tells the Hulk that it understands. The Hulk then walks back to the Moloids, where he's welcomed back as a hero, their savior. The chieftain of the tribe.
We listened to that one last time. I don't want that. Oh, we just love it. We love it. Hope versus Banner. Let's try that.
Deposits from just £50 per person. Book a TUI holiday
Piss
now.
off,
TUI, discover your smile.
Nope, still the wrong one.
Welcome to the Complete Story Series.
Nope, not the one I want. It was the one we were listening to. Oh well.
Chieftain of the tribe walks over to the Hulk and welcomes him down to the celebration. He is the hero that saved them after all, but he simply tells them, they will come, because they always come. The Hulk isn't allowed peace. Happiness and peace are the two things that the Hulk learned a long time ago to never trust. It was Bruce Banner that taught him that. Banner, who was afraid. Banner, whose weakness held the Hulk back. But Banner is not here anymore. That part of the Hulk is dead. He killed it. He killed everything that made him Banner. He did this so that the Hulk will finally get to live. And the only thing that he wants is home and peace. He is the Hulk, the hunted, the breaker of worlds. This is where his story ends. Until they come. Men with drills burrow into the ground to look for the Hulk. They try to fight against the Hulk, but that just makes him madder and madder until he begins throwing the people around the entire cave. All so that one person can get his attention. Amanda Von Doom, not related to that other Von Doom. She did this small attack to get his attention. because she works for a covert group within the US government and they need the Hulk's help. It's Banner. They need the Hulk to do something about Banner. At this point, you're probably wondering what happened to Bruce Banner. Well, off on an island far away is Banner conducting experiments for his children, which are genetically altered animals in his quest to become the Hulk again. He needs the Hulk. When Banner first came to this island, he was with Betty Ross, his wife. They were finally happy. They finally had a life without someone chasing them, trying to kill them, but he couldn't do it. Couldn't accept what he had become without the Hulk. What was Bruce Banner? Everyone else in his life had the ability to Hulk out, and now he was just puny Banner. That's all he was. He began conducting experiments on the local wildlife and himself in attempts to awaken the Hulk within him again. But there was nothing there. There was no Hulk to awaken. The only thing he managed to do was create a brain tumor in his own mind. Everyone he knows has the ability to Hulk out, and the Hulk was a part of him that was buried deep down, and the bomb exposed it. That piece was taken from him, and he wants it back. He'll do anything to get the Hulk back. So he's begun work on something to recreate the Hulk, a gamma bomb. And the government knows of it, which is why they want the Hulk involved. Suddenly, their aircraft carrier finds itself being assaulted by creatures from the sea. Giant sharks and other creatures, so the Hulk jumps into the ocean, and he begins smashing. Once he kills them all, he gets out of the water to tell Amanda Von Doom that he is done. He heard her out, and he wants nothing more to do with this. He then jumps off the battle carrier back to his underground home. But while he was gone, two of Banner's children, two Boar brothers, decide that they are going to make their father happy. They'll remove the thing that makes their father cry, and they break into the Moloid's base, prepared to smash. As the Hulk returns, he considers what happened weeks ago when he was in the lab, and he woke up. Next to him was Bruce Banner in a separate body, the man who separated them asked, "What does the Hulk truly want?" The Hulk arrives back at the Moloid's home, and he realizes that it's quiet, far too quiet, and that's when he hears the screams. He smashes through a wall, and he sees the city is on fire. Near him, he can hear the chieftain calling out for him to tell him that they took the little ones, and the Hulk asked, "Who took them?" Monsters that were looking for you." Meanwhile, the Boar brothers are looking at the little ones as new experiments for their father. The Hulk walks through the lava and the heat right up to them. One of the Boar brothers sees him. "You am Hulk. You am him we hate. We kill you now." The Hulk spits on the ground with no other response. The first hit sent one of the brothers through the upper crust of the earth, into the ocean, into the sky, landing somewhere with a lot of snow. "Brother, look out! He's stronger than he!" While the brother tries to get back down, the Hulk is pummeling the other brother over and over in the lava. He breaks off the tusks. He knocks out their teeth until the first brother returns, calling out, "Stop hitting my brother!" And then he throws a massive rock at the Hulk. Each hit between the hulked out boars and the Hulk is registering as a bomb going off in the Earth's mantle. Earthquakes are happening all over the world. The brothers did not know what they were coming up against, and their only answer is to hit him even harder. How is he not falling? The Hulk asks, "Why can't Banner find something else to do with his damn life and leave me alone?" He smashes the ground, creating a fissure. Both of the brothers fall into the hole, and they reach out trying to hold on, but they end up falling into the hole that the Hulk created. He tells both of them, "Blame Banner for your lives." The Hulk then climbs out and he tells the Moloids to find a new home. And then he looks at the wall to remember the happy times. And the Hulk was protecting the Moloids, and they worshipped him. He thought he was free. The Hulk was stupid. Stupid, stupid Hulk. He then lifts a rock to plug the hole that the Moloids left through. Only one way to ever be free. The Hulk jumps back over to the battleship to inform Amanda Von Doom he's in, but Banner is his. Meanwhile, in Banner's lab, his monkey sidekick writes down a message. Specimens 26 and 27 are missing. Banner is furious. They abandoned me just like he did. I'll bet they're all laughing together right now at poor puny Banner. We'll see who's the puny one. We'll show them that I'm not crazy after all. And the Boar twins? They landed near the center of the earth, one crippled, and the other one deaf and blind, calling out for each other. "Brother! Brother! Brother!" Like I said, this is a continuing story, and it's one of my favorite kind of other kind of Hulk stories. We're going to turn it into 4 videos every Sunday, so I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Comic Story and on Instagram at Comic Story. And you know what? I'll see you guys later right here.
I'm just going to let it play whatever plays, guys.
Peugeot SUVs, a multi-award-winning range so
Who
impressive.
gives
they'll be
crap
one for
about
you.
Persian? Not
2008
me.
SUV.
This is in the all-new, all-different Marvel. Bruce Banner isn't the Hulk, and there's a new, totally awesome Hulk. This takes place right after Secret Wars ends. Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I take trade paperbacks and English and then I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then I read each dramatically back to you, all alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Things begin with a tidal wave coming crashing down on a beach as we see the spikes of some monster popping up from the waves. The beachgoers all begin to panic and run for safety, but over the radio we hear a voice. Amadeus, it's time. Amadeus runs to the beach after eating a bunch of burgers, and the change begins. His feet begin to grow green. He gets larger, and then with a step we see the ground shake. The Hulk has arrived, and he just smacked this monster, saving a woman and her child, knocking out the giant turtle. Everyone on the beach is stunned, and the Hulk turns to them. That was totally awesome, right? So cool. Just doing my job, folks. He then fist bumps the baby while he tries to hit on the woman he saved. A floating robot comes over near his head to inform him the monster isn't exactly knocked out. The monster grabs the Hulk by his foot and begins to slam him back on the ground, back and forth, over and over, and then begins to suck in some air, pulling the child towards it, so the Hulk begins to pluck the kid out of the sky, and he lobs him back to his mother before jumping in the path of the creature's fire breath. The robot then continues, Amadeus, you have to start listening. Why do you have to distract me as I'm saving civilians? The monster begins to suck in more air, and the Hulk begins to grab a propane tank, and he throws it into the monster's mouth. A surprised look comes over the turtle's eyes, and it begins spewing fire everywhere, uncontrollably, before it hits the ground. The Hulk then uses a device on his wrist to shrink down the creature and hold up the tiny turtle. He then turns to the woman again, but since he apparently lost his pants in the fight, he decides he should probably just jump away, and then he shrinks back down into Amadeus. He walks into his food truck that is being used for cover, and he hands the mini turtle back to his sister before putting on some new pants and eating a lot of food. Maddie's show explains that Amadeus can't lose control. That's what happened to Banner. Amadeus begins to grow mad, and he gets green, and he informs Maddie that he is not Banner. So where is Banner? It was 4 months ago when a building off the shore of Kenya was going up in flames. The smartest men in the world couldn't come up with an answer. It was an experimental fusion reactor, and Banner was useless, but the Hulk wasn't. He jumped up offshore towards the reactor, and using his powers, he absorbed the energy that it was putting off, and he took it all inside. But it wasn't gamma radiation. It was something different, and with that, he collapsed. Stark and T'Challa contained him in some kind of device that began to reabsorb the radiation, keeping it contained. But it was too much, and the device began to crack, and the ocean began to boil. They tried to talk the Hulk down, but it wasn't working, and he was losing control of it. As things grew worse and worse, Amadeus Cho teleported into the lab to tell Stark and T'Challa that he has the answer. He starts throwing out answers that they've already tried, which irritates the both of them. Then the lab assistant tranquilizes Amadeus, knocking him out as they decide what their only plan is to teleport the Hulk into the negative zone and let him expel the energy somewhere else, somewhere that he can't come back from. Things begin to reach a breaking point, and just when they can't stop him from exploding and taking out the seaboard with no other options, they begin to say their goodbyes to the Hulk, to Banner, their friend. And that's when they notice Amadeus Cho has woken up and taken a power suit. All of the stuff before was the distraction so that he could try his real plan by faking being knocked out. He walks over to the Hulk and he takes his hands. You never wanted this, so maybe it's time to give it to someone who does. A surge of energy comes out of Amadeus, and a containment suit forms around the Hulk. As the energy surges between the two of them, the Hulk begins to change slowly and eventually back into Banner. Banner is crying. What have you done? Dude, it's okay. You don't have to worry any longer. You're free, Bruce, so don't cry. Ah, kid, I'm not crying for me. At that moment, Amadeus begins to feel the gamma radiation, and the anger, and the change taking hold. He is the new Hulk. Amadeus remembers this came out of Banner losing control, and he doesn't want to let that happen to him. 2 days later, another monster is attacking New Zealand. The monster shouts, Nash or Nash! And the Hulk leaps in, and Hulk smash! She-Hulk was already there. She turns to him. Really? Then they both punch the monsters, knocking them out, and Spider-Man walks over, hitting them. And stay down! Spider-Man and She-Hulk look at the new Hulk. So you're the new guy? Yeah, what you think? She-Hulk steps up. I hear you've been running around like a crazy person, not checking in with the Avengers or S.H.I.E.L.D. or anyone. So not much. He leans over to Maddie's robot. She sounds like she's 40. And then the Hulk is hit by a mace, and a woman calling herself Lady Hellbender. The Hulk gets back up and he informs Lady Hellbender that since she is a lady, he will not hit her. And then her pet bites down on the Hulk and lifts him off the ground, throwing him around. Maddie flies in, drowning the pet in foam. But then Lady Hellbender jumps on the roof of Maddie's craft, tearing it apart. Spider-Man and She-Hulk whip onto the flying craft, moving towards Hellbender as the Hulk is getting madder and madder. Maddie is in trouble! He jumps onto the craft, slamming Hellbender back down to the earth, and then seemingly losing control, he jumps back down ready to fight. He hits the ground hard, and Spider-Man kicks him in the back of the head. Hold up, man! The Hulk grabs Spider-Man by the head, but then Spidey points out that Maddie is fine. The Hulk begins to calm down, and he shrinks back down to Amadeus. Hellbender understands now. The Hulk is a shapeshifter. She then explains that she's been hunting these creatures to bring them back to the sanctuary where they can roam free. Maddie starts telling Amadeus to Hulk back up, but he tells her that he lost control. He needs to calm down. But Maddie insists. Then the Lord of all monsters rises. Bing, bang, boom! Hellbender loads her ship up to battle, and the Hulk jumps on board, telling Maddie she's right. He took the job. She-Hulk calls up the Avengers. The new Hulk has gone rogue and joined up with an alien queen from Shignarf 9. Except her phone won't work because Maddie blocked it. Sorry, but the Avengers don't have a good history with working with the Hulk. Hellbender gets out her weapon and she takes aim at Bing Bang Boom because she doesn't trust this new Hulk. The records indicate that the old Hulk was the strongest that there is, but this new Hulk hasn't proven anything. So Hulk asks what the ship is made out of and decides that he's going to show her just how strong this Hulk is. He jumps straight down into Bing Bang Boom's mouth, and then he grabs Bing Bang's tongue and he jumps out of his mouth, punching him in the head. He then sees a civilian ship in trouble, and wanting to help them, he gets distracted. So Bing Bang hits him hard. He falls underwater, and realizing that the ship is sinking near him, he decides to save it because he's the best Hulk that there is. He throws himself upwards towards the ship, pushing it out of the water and saving them. But while this is going on, Bing Bang has moved to the shore of Hawaii, where he is now terrorizing the civilians there. The Hulk jumps in, taking a swing at Foom, but Foom knocks him back easily. Thinking fast, the Hulk grabs a container of foam and shoves it into Bing Bang's mouth, foaming them all up.
Wow.
Then the Hulk hits him with everything he has, dropping the monster, followed by posing on the defeated beast. Hellbender walks over. So you were right, you are the world's strongest monster. And she fires a trank into the Hulk's back, knocking him out. She pulls the Hulk onto her ship, her greatest catch ever, and then Maddie flies the food truck over to the spaceship with everyone on board. And they watch using the robot, Hellbender kissing Hulk. Everyone cringes as they watch. Realizing that they are chasing her, Hellbender begins dropping her captured monsters onto the planet, telling Hulk that she has him now. She doesn't need the others. As the Hulk wakes up, he breaks out of the chains with ease, and then he pulls the trank pad off before jumping back down to Earth to begin fighting with all of the monsters that she dropped. Hellbender looks down at him falling. Well, where's the fun in that? Hulk, She-Hulk, and Spider-Man all begin fighting it out with the big monsters, but there's way too many of them. Too many for the Hulk to fight, until Amadeus finally lets go. He stops trying to hold back, and he unleashes the Hulk. In a single punch, he drops a monster, but he almost sinks the entire North Shore. She-Hulk dives in, telling him to calm down. If he wants to prove he's different, just do it. Calm down. So the Hulk thinks about it, and he grabs a pole, and he tells Shulky to move. Shulky? And then the Hulk hits them all with an electrical pole, shocking all of the monsters. Hellbender then lands her ship, and the Hulk tells her that he isn't going with her. So she walks down to him, giving him another surprising kiss, and tells him to call her once he's willing to admit who he is. Spidey then turns to Hulk. You got her number, right? Spidey! I kid. But seriously, you got her number, right? She-Hulk takes all of the shrunken monsters back to base, and leaves the new Hulk and his sister to do their job, while Spider-Man is serving kimchi ramen. Thus, the new Hulk is ready for his adventures. Make sure you check out issue 5 if you want to see where the new Hulk adventures go. Personally, I'm loving this new take on the Hulk. Don't worry, we're about to start telling you some of the older Bruce Banner stories in rapid succession on the weekends. I'm Benny the Comic Historian, and if you want to chat about this video or any others, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at Comic Historian, on Instagram at Comic Historian, and if you want video game comic books, go check out our video game channel, Eligible Monster. I'll see you guys next time right here, or right now over there.
Do stay here and watch.
When Pokemon join forces, their potential is multiplied.
Gives a shit about Pokemon. Not me.
What if someone were able to control the new totally awesome Hulk? Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues, and I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then I bring it dramatically back to you, all alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Amadeus chose currently the totally awesome Hulk. He took the ability to change into the Hulk away from Bruce Banner, making himself the new Hulk. Last time we learned that he was still having problems keeping it under control, and now it's time for the next story arc. It was 3 years ago that Amadeus' life changed. There was an explosion, and he lost his family. Everyone except Maddie. But as he continues to think about what happened that day, he begins to wake up and he discovers that he's laying on the edge of a cliff. He has no idea how he got there. Above him, his sister Maddie flies down with her flying food truck, the one that they use as their base, asking what happened. He hulked out in the middle of the night and he ran off. Amadeus tells her that he's not sure, but no one got hurt, right? She tells him no one did, but the problem is that it appears that somebody else was controlling him, because he was acting really weird, and they need to figure out who it is. Maddie begins to run various tests with combat robots trying to make Amadeus angry. She even shoots him in the face and down below. And that's when they discover that Amadeus is still in control. So she suggests that maybe they should go talk to Tony Stark. But Amadeus reminds her that Tony wanted to send Bruce Banner to the negative zone before he found a way to take all of the gamma radiation away. She then suggests that maybe they should go talk to Banner himself, but Amadeus once again reminds her that he freed Banner from this. He will not bring it back to him. And Maddie goes on to state that Banner's Hulk referred to him as Puny Banner. So maybe this makes Amadeus angry and he changes into the Hulk, telling her that he is not Banner. He is in control. She is supposed to be on his side. Amadeus then begins to storm off, and as he goes, Maddie tells him that she is on his side. It's the other guys that she's worried about. As Amadeus walks off on his own, he begins to notice coyote pups are whining after seeing their mother struck by a car. He reaches down to pet them, and they begin to whine even louder. Amadeus turns around to see a green light, and then he sees Amora, the enchantress before him. Amora tells him that she is here for him. She knows that the Hulk is an outcast, and if he would come with her, she can make him the king of the 10 realms. He tells her that being king is kind of hard work, with all of the being hated, feared, and rejected stuff, so he's going to stay right here. She then tries to anger him, trying to provoke him to release the other Hulk, but Amadeus still defies her. Amora then begins to create giant golems, and Amadeus begins to change into the Hulk and take them out. But her target was not him. Her target was the puppies. One of the golems begins to attack the puppies. This sends Amadeus off into a blind rage. He begins to destroy the golems, and then he stands before Amora. She asks him if he's ready now, and the Hulk smiles and laughs. And then Amora hands out her hand. Later, Amadeus wakes up in the middle of the street with Maddie calling out to him. And Maddie asks him what's going on, and Amadeus tells her it was the enchantress. She made him mad. Before Amadeus can explain any further, though, a crack of lightning strikes before them, and then the mighty Thor descends upon them. She tells them, please continue. She would love to hear about how the enchantress plans to conquer Asgard. Amadeus asks her, wait, what? And Thor tells him that he has joined with Amora's schemes against Asgard. He even has her love bite. Amadeus tells her that he can't remember anything, and he sure does wish that he remembers what this love bite came from. Thor then tosses Amadeus across a field, telling him, fine, she will talk to the one who would remember. And then in the field, Amadeus stands up as the Hulk. But he's still acting like Amadeus. Thor begins to beat on him repeatedly, trying to get him mad enough to change into the other Hulk, the one that works for Amora. But Maddie runs up, telling her to stop, telling her that this is the new Hulk. He's a superhero. So if he did work with Amora, then there must have been a reason. Amadeus agrees. He just needs to remember. Thor tells Amadeus that maybe his memory will return if she takes him to see the damage that he caused. So the three of them head over to the Dwarven outpost in Iceland, where the leader explains to Hulk that he came here and took their Ura. Ooh, who? Amadeus asks. The leader goes on to tell him that Ura is a precious mineral used to forge Mjolnir and create all of the Asgardians' greatest weapons. Amadeus then turns to the doors and tells him that he may not remember what he did, but he is sorry for what he's done, and he will get their mineral back. All Maddie has to do is scan for the minerals in Mjolnir, and they should be able to locate Amora. But in another part of Iceland, Amora watches as the Dark Elves continue to work on their new weapons. And soon, Amadeus and Thor come crashing into the cave with them. Amora looks back and states that she was wondering where her monster ran off to. Is he back to claim his throne? Amadeus tells her that he will never be her king. And Amora tells him, fine, then they will just have a little battle and see what his better half has to say. The battle begins with Thor and Amadeus quickly getting overrun with these new weapons, and Thor tells Amadeus that they need to retreat. But as they try to run away, Thor notices Amadeus changing back into a human, and he asks, what? You said retreat! As they're running, they notice Maddie climbing down into this cave, and Thor tries to go and fight off the oncoming elves. As Maddie gets down, she asks Amadeus why he's not the Hulk, and he tells her that he's worried that Amora will cast her spell again if he blacks out. Maddie then asks, what is it? What is it that's making you black out? And Amadeus tells her it's when he thinks about their parents being killed and how it's all his fault. He knows that Maddie hates him for it. Maddie tells him, yes, she is mad, but that is their business, not Amora's. So go on, get mad. Just be mad at her. Amadeus begins to change into the Hulk, and he begins to shout! And Amora says that it looks like the monster that she knows. Now come and claim your weapon. Hulk steps up, and he takes the giant battle axe, and he begins to laugh. And then he turns and slams it down, hitting the Dark Elves, destroying the weapons that they just made. He then steps up. Amora tries to call him an ingrate, and Maddie tases her, telling her to shut up. Thor tells him that it seems like he did it, and she'll be taking that axe now. Amadeus asks if he can keep it, and Thor tells him no. Belongs to the dwarves. After handing over the axe, Thor turns back and tells Amadeus they see that he's found his mind with his sister's help. So she'll be keeping an eye on them from now on, but for the sake of the realms, keep an eye on each other. Later, Amadeus and Maddie go back to their parents' grave, and after laying down some flowers, Amadeus tries to talk to Maddie. She just tells him to shut up. She knows. The two of them sit down, holding each other. Now, the next story after this is when we finally find out what Bruce Banner has been doing ever since Amadeus Cho took over. So if you want to read it yourself, go check out issue number 7. Otherwise, we'll wait for the story to end and cover it just like we do in this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Comic Story and on Instagram at Comic Story. And I'll see you next time right here.
The new Samsung Galaxy S10 range is here, and with 3 options, there's something for everyone. You've got the flagship Galaxy S10, the supersized Galaxy S10 Plus, and the smaller entry-level Galaxy S10e. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at each phone, starting with their incredible camera.
How is the new Hulk coping with the death of Bruce Banner?
Somebody's left me a message on the PlayStation, but I'm actually watching it at the moment, listening to
Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them.
Right. Okay, guys. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, colored in the Hulk, as you can see, with my Copic marker crappy pens. As you also can tell, they're starting to run out. So I've had to use different colors, different tones different colors for different tones, but I planned on doing that anyway. We've got the Hulk half done now. We've now got to do skin color, which obviously is going to be like a Caucasian color, because that's the color of the Hulk, or the Bruce Banner. I will try my very best to do that in... I'm going to have to do that in pencil because I don't have a skin color. All I got is orange. And as we all know, that orange is a crap color for skin. I hate using orange for skin. It's like... what are you doing? Yeah, I don't like using orange for skin color or anything that resembles it. I can use the orange as like a tonal color afterwards once I've sort of colored it in, but I have never found a decent skin tone color for with the Copic markers with felt tips. The only way I can actually create it is with pencil, and that's generally how I do it. I would like to be able to use this color here, because to look at it, it looks all right, but as soon as you put it down, that's a very dark orange, and well, no. So I won't be using that. It's the same with the orange I have in there. That's even freaking darker. So I won't be using that one either. The whole thing I'm going to be doing is we're using pencil. I'll show you in a moment how I create the tonal color of a Caucasian colored skin color. Obviously we've done the green for the Hulk, and that's where I started. I'm going to be... Probably won't need any of this green now, so I'm going to put all of these back. But first, I'm going to go and get my Copic colors while you listen to the... Not my Copic colors, my coloring pencils. Keep watching, guys. Enjoy the playlist in the background. I'll be back in about 2-3.
Down for you into digestible bites, and then I read them dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panel, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Time passed during the events of the Second Civil War, and a news report goes out regarding the recent killing of Bruce Banner by the hero who killed him, Clint Barton. Maddie listens in as the news goes on, talking about how Bruce Banner's Hulk was a monster, and even with their new Hulk, can that new Hulk be trusted? As Amadeus lays in his bed, Maddie brings him some soup and tells him to eat. Amadeus says that he's fine, and Maddie tells him that she knows what he's thinking. He cured Bruce, and if he hadn't when Barton came for him, Bruce never would have died. She tells him that it's not his fault. The last time that they saw Bruce, he was really happy.
Okay,
genuinely
so
happy. That's what Amadeus did
I will
for
be
him.
using an orange.
And then the sound of the doorbell stops
But I'll
Maddie.
be using the two
Two of
colors
them
together.
go to check who it is, and as Amadeus
Blending
opens
together.
the door, he says, I know it's not my fault. It's theirs. Outside the door, Carol Danvers is waiting with soldiers all pointing their guns. Amadeus asks her, should I be worried? And Carol tells him no. They just wanted to see how he was doing. Amadeus says that he's fine, and even with 14 different kinds of sensors running tests on me right now, I'm perfectly normal and stable. Who would have thunk? However, according to my readings, Agent Jake over there with the ultrasonic sensor rifle is about to have a heart attack. Carol tells him that he needs to be serious for a minute, and Amadeus asks, "You want serious? You shot my best friend in the eye in cold blood. I know you had your prophecy guy telling you that Bruce was going to kill everyone someday, but he was cured and he was happy." Carol tells him that the person who shot Bruce was completely unauthorized, and he's been taken into custody and he's been tried. But Amadeus stops her, telling her that he knows that in his brain, but in his heart, it's a little different. Amadeus then tells him, "I know you're worried that I'm going to be going all crazy. Even I would be worried. I'm just a 19-year-old kid. I'm young and confused. All I want to do is mourn for a little while. Is that okay?" Maddie shouts out, "Of course it is. Now everyone get the hell out of here." And Jake reports that all signs remain normal. And Carol tells him, "Of course they are. I'm sorry for your loss. Contact me if you ever need me." Before leaving, Amadeus calls out to Carol and asks, "If I was to go crazy, what makes you think you could stop me?" Carol stares back, and then she watches Amadeus smile. And then she smiles and tells him to take care. A little while later, Amadeus is jumping through West Virginia while Carol watches from above in the Shield helicarrier. Jake reports that his readings are going off the charts. He's just going crazy. Amadeus continues punching away, and a voice tells them that they need to intervene right now. Carol continues to watch and then tells them to wait. There it is. On the screen, they see the message, "Made you look," punched into the ground. Soon, Amadeus' levels return to normal, and Carol says they should back off for a bit. And a voice tells her, yes, she needs to back off. And then T'Challa says, "I'll take it from here." A short while later, T'Challa takes off in his jet, and Agent Jake tells him that it's seriously an honor to come with him on this mission. He's read every debrief about all of T'Challa's missions, and T'Challa stops him, stating, "I've read about you too, how you served under James Rhodes. James Rhodes, who was just killed in one of Carol's missions. So maybe you might be mad at her. And on the other hand, I nearly killed James in the first war between the heroes. So maybe you're mad at me. So what is it that you think you're doing here?" Jake stops for a minute, and then he says, he joined S.H.I.E.L.D. because he believes that there are some problems in the world that can't be solved without force. And the Hulk may be one of those problems. He also believes that force should be the last resort. He doesn't want to see Amadeus end up like James. T'Challa tells him that he speaks to the King of Wakanda. Every moment of his conscious life, he has to weigh the consequences of fighting and failing to fight. So, with the lives of thousands in the balance, does he really think that he has something to contribute to that? Jake then says, he's a soldier. The kind of grunt who has to deal with those decisions made by kings. So yes, sir, he does. T'Challa and Jake go back to monitoring Amadeus, and they continue to read that his readings are normal. And then they see him write the word "buy" in ketchup on the table. And then all of the monitors suddenly go out. Out on the road, Amadeus races down the street when a shadow begins to form over him, and Maddie yells that he needs to stop. She's been watching his movements, and she knows where he's heading. So what the hell is he thinking? He tells her that Barton killed Bruce. And Maddie adds, because Bruce told him to. Everyone saw the video played at the trial. Amadeus shouts, "He wasn't in control. I cured him."
Okay, right. What I'm doing here, guys, is what I start off with is like a pink, just a general pink, to give it a first coat tone. A first coat tone. What I'll do next is I'll add some more orange to this one. More with a pencil. I'm going to shade them on, as I always do. But the reason I use a pink first is because, and the reason being, is that it gives you like a suntan, or you know that bit before the suntan called the sunburn. It gives it like a good tone, like a pink tone, which you kind of want, but you don't want a great amount of pink. Something I learned as a kid, because I hated not having a skin tone and not knowing really what a skin tone was made out of. I used to try using different pens together, pencils, everything together, but I didn't realize that I could tone them together. And over the years of different things, different techniques, different things. Not really paying it before. This was before YouTube, and you could still basically ask YouTube what you wanted to achieve. You sort of had to experiment. You had to do things for yourself, and that's what I did for years. I tried so many different colors, what would work together, what wouldn't work together. But the only way I found is putting pink and orange together. I mean, if it was a darker tone of skin color, I would use a different color, obviously, but I would still use two colors because our skin tone isn't just one skin tone. Because you will always start with like a pink underlay. Think of pink as the base tone to most skin color. and you add whatever color outs you would need for whatever you're drawing or coloring in. I use orange for like a tan color. That I always try and give the picture like a tan color on top of what I've already drawn. It does sometimes work, but sometimes it doesn't. I might even use another color on top of this, but I did explain that more in detail in the last video I did, so I'm not going to give you too much detail because I just want to kind of get this one done today. As you can see, it's not coming in great, so I might blend it as I go along with my finger. But if it really doesn't spark out to me, what I'll do is I'll use a different color again on top of this, give it more tones, different colors. Again, I've never really been able to do a decent skin tone. Just a second, my alarm's going off. I don't know why it's going off. Anyway, Alexa, shut up. I very gently, lightly put over some orange on top of the pink that I've already done. I normally do this every time, but if I don't like it, because it's pencil, what I can do is I can rub it out again and start again. But I try not to do that too much because I've already done that a couple of times on this page because the first picture I did, the Hulk and banner, I didn't like, so I rubbed the whole bloody thing out. You can still see me what I did create. It is up on the wall. I get super cranky at the towards the end of the video because I start to hate the video. I start to hate the picture so much. So I rubbed that, like I said, I rubbed the whole thing out and started again. And you can see me do this one. You can see in front of you. In the last two videos, they are sketching, inking video for the Hulk. As always, I've always got more to check out on my channel. So don't forget to check out if you're a fan or if you just like the way my style is. If you are and you do like the style of my art, guys, please definitely let me know in the comment section because I'd love to know what everybody thinks of what I can do. I don't think I'm that great. I try my best, as all artists do, and I try and do whatever I can as much as I can. I always listen to Comic Storian, so it's I find them very inspiring because I like comics. I don't always do comic heroes, guys, so don't get worried that way to think, oh god, he's just another comic hero drawer. I do different things as much as possible, but because it's half and half, I thought I'd do masked heroes. Then as I was going through the half and half stage of it, I thought to myself, why just keep to masked heroes when, you know, you've got two people here. You've got Bruce Banner and you've got Hulk. There's two sides of one person, sort of. You know, it's puny Banner and all that, but they are technically the same person. Because the Hulk is just an angry version of Bruce Banner once he's lost control, as you all know. What people don't realise is that the Hulk is still Bruce Banner, but he's just lost his temper and can't control himself. There we go. There's a sort of skin tone. Slightly crap, but hey. Best I can do what colours I have. I'm sure my son will come home and say, oh, that looks orange. He likes to be annoying. As much as I love my son, he can be a bit annoying. He pinpoints everything I do wrong. I don't know. I should really take it on the chin and go, because he's my son. I think to myself, come on, be a bit more nicer than you can be. Stop being a griefer. Don't mind if you guys grief, because you're a third opinion, but my own son to say, come on, dad shit. Like, it's not nice. That's right, guys. I'm a dad, and I'm aged. I've had some people think that because of the things that I do.
That's super nice. I'll do my best to help. Just ask whatever you'd like me to do.
I don't know if you heard that, but that machine is talking to me again, and I didn't actually talk to her. Her machines with it. I've lost my train of thought. I've forgotten what I was saying. Anyway, let's put this final little bits of tonal color on here. Again, now you see what I've done. I put the pink on first, gives that a very light undertone. So then use the orange. It doesn't make the orange overpowered to be just orange. So if I was just to do there you go, it would be orange, but it's not orange at that. I don't think it is. You've got you can put your tones in then on top of your pink. And if I was to do I don't want to be racist, brown skin tone, I would use a browner orange, or I would use a light brown itself, and work the tones up after that. For a different race, I know people you shouldn't say it, but there is different colors for different races. So different colors means different tones, different shades together, different everything really. Again, it's Caucasian. Bruce Banner is, and that's generally where I stick to. I've never been able to create any kind of decent skin tone or any kind of person, but I do my very best. Right, should I put this eye as a brown eye? Or should I put that eye as a green eye? Green pencil. Green I can rub it out. I can give it a fleck. Green fleck in it. Like that. Technically, he's always angry. Just put little details on. Can't always use pen. Sometimes you really have to use different color. Different medium. I did thought possibly do a Hulk in VR, but I think that would be just ridiculously time consuming. I'm gonna try and do some VR art again. There's a mouth twister. VR. I've got a VR in my system, and I've done a couple pictures. Are they called picture scenes in my VR? Already. So we're going to go check those out, guys. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you want me to try and have a go at, because I'm losing faith on it. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to create. Oh shit! What color is this hair? Brown? Yeah, fuck it, brown. Let's carry on listening to what we're listening to, guys. You got something to listen to while I faff around.
There's no way that Bruce would have turned into the Hulk again. And Maddie asks, what is he going to do when he finds Barton? Amadeus tells her, I'll figure that out when I see him. Maddie begins to get reports that there is a new monster sighted in Austin, Texas. And it's a job for the Hulk, so they need to head. Amadeus stops her, telling her not to distract him. Besides, he's already tracking a monster, so send Carol Danvers to Austin. Later that night, Amadeus swims through the ocean until he arrives on a beach. As he walks through the woods, he finds a cabin, and inside, Clint Barton is sitting eating his cereal when the door swings open and Amadeus is standing there. Clint tells him, I know you're angry. And Amadeus begins to change into the Hulk, and he tells him, you have no idea. Clint tells him, I thought so. And then he begins to fade, and T'Challa is standing in his place. Amadeus shouts, where's Barton? And T'Challa tells him, nowhere that you're going to find him. Outside of the cabin, barriers start to close off the area, and Amadeus manages to jump out just as they're closing. As he does, T'Challa jumps after him in his own Hulkbuster armor, firing a sonic gun. Amadeus pulls back and releases a powerful clap that sends the suit flying. Jake reports that the gamma levels are spiking, and next T'Challa fires a spore cloud to try and knock out Amadeus. Through the smoke, Amadeus punches back, and then he runs over stating, I didn't come here to fight. And T'Challa tells him that you need to surrender. Amadeus tells him, you have no right to make those demands. I didn't do anything. I just came here too. And T'Challa reaches out and grabs onto him. He tells Amadeus that the armor absorbs and magnifies energy. So the more he fights, the stronger that T'Challa's going to get. T'Challa goes on stating, you can surrender. But then the radio goes off as Maddie calls in. Amadeus tells her that he's fine, and she tells him, well, she's not. She's in Texas, and they have a big problem. Just 15 minutes before Maddie made her call, the streets of Austin were filled with people, in particular one boy who was watching the people. He watches how everyone is happy, and how boring that is. The boy then cuts the string off the child's balloon, and as the child cries, he says, well, that's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. And then he begins to change. As the people begin to run, an explosion goes off. And back in Arkansas, the struggle between Amadeus and T'Challa continues as T'Challa pins Amadeus down. While Amadeus is trying to fight back, Maddie continues telling him what's going on out in Texas. Soon the rage begins to run through Amadeus, and he rips off one of the suit's arms. T'Challa shouts for Jake to teleport him out, but Jake says that the energy coming off of him, it's like, wait, he set off a mini EMP. As the Hulkbuster loses power, Amadeus begins jumping away, and over in Texas, Maddie tries to fight off the giant bug creature. The monster tells her that she's all locked up, totally under control. So he swings at her again, and he tells her,
how about you feel some fear? Maybe grief? How about anger?
The creature then notices a woman trying to run away, and he slashes away at her chest. Once the woman falls, the child begins to cry, and the creature says,
that's what I'm looking for.
Maddie manages to shock the creature and tells Amadeus that the creature is some kind of emotional leech. So if you want to beat it, you need to control yourself. The creature jumps back up, slashing towards Maddie and knocking her down. And he tells her,
yes, you're finally losing it. I love that anger.
Suddenly, a shadow appears overhead, and Amadeus comes crashing down onto the creature. The two start punching away at each other, and the creature tells him,
this is so good.
With the emotion that Amadeus is going through, the creature slowly begins to get larger, and it cuts down on Amadeus' face. Maddie shouts to stop. All you're doing is feeding him. And Amadeus tells her, I know. And soon Amadeus turns the struggle and throws the creature onto his back, punching him harder and deeper into the ground. He shouts, no one can stop me. I'm the strongest that there is. Then soon the creature calls out,
yes, pride, I love it.
Once the creature stands back up, it starts swinging its claws, cutting into Amadeus. And as blood begins to drip from his wounds, Amadeus stands in shock, and then he falls over. The creature reaches out and grabs a hold of the child from there and begins walking down the alleyway. Maddie chases after it, but the creature is gone. And Amadeus starts to get back up, and Maddie then says, what are you going to listen? T'Challa and Jake then make their way to the scene, and Amadeus tells them, please, help me. Amadeus begins to change back into his human form, stating, that monster took the kid. We need to find. And suddenly a laser is fired out, hitting Amadeus. T'Challa looks back, and Jake says they have to stick to the plan. They have to send him into the negative zone. Maddie begins to shout, what? No, we don't have time for this. Everyone's going to have to suck it up and work together. T'Challa and Jake help the woman up, and T'Challa agrees to help. And Amadeus and Maddie get back to work trying to figure out what their next move is. As they look into the alleyway, they see a crack in the ground, and Maddie says that the monster just changed size. Amadeus looks and says that it's an irregular shaft about 10 inches wide at its narrowest, which means him and Maddie are the only ones who can fit. T'Challa tells him, fine, but no fighting. I'll give you orbs so we can track you while I find another way down. Soon, Amadeus and Maddie start making their way down, and Jake radios in that the subject's name is Christian Sung. He's a music student from Johnson State and has no criminal record. As they get further down in the hall, Maddie begins to notice that the passage is a little too narrow for her, and then she realizes that Amadeus did that on purpose. Once he jumps down into the sewer, he tells her exactly, and he runs off ahead. He then turns the corner and he sees Christian holding the screaming child. Christian says that the child is very, very scared, and Amadeus tells him, yeah, we should get him back to his mother. Christian then says, I like scared, but it's getting boring, and he holds the child over the ledge. Amadeus tells him that they all just need to calm down, and Christian says, I know all about you and the fact that you're the Hulk. I know all about the anger, fear, pride, the emotions inside of you. So I'm going to kill as many people as I can just to see what I can get out of you. Suddenly, Christian releases the child, but before the child can land, T'Challa jumps through, catching him. Amadeus changes back into the Hulk and he grabs a hold of Christian, and he tells Jake to activate the negative zone teleporter. Jake begins working away, and then Maddie overrides his computer, telling him that he will not be sending him because that will also send Amadeus with him. Amadeus struggles with Christian and tells her, I have to do it. And Maddie tells him no, but Amadeus tells her, shut up and just let me do it. Maddie finally falls through the cracks, and then Christian focuses his attention towards her. She begins firing her gun, changing her emotions, and Christian shouts, so good! And then Maddie shouts, now! And Christian suddenly stops, and then a light shines as the teleporter takes him away. Amadeus says, that was amazing. And Maddie says, yeah, okay then, bye. Amadeus asks where she's going, and she stops and turns and tells him, I'm done with all of this. Every time you say you're learning or you're getting a little bit better, you just fall back down. So I'm not going to be your enabler because you might hurt someone someday. I don't want to hear any more excuses. You should never have become the Hulk. A week passes, and Amadeus finally manages to track down the man that he's been looking for, Clint Barton. As he walks into the diner, he tells him that he shouldn't be alone. It's dangerous for him.
Hulk
Clint says that he really doesn't know what he wants, but he did kill Bruce for good reasons. He's been thinking about those reasons over and over ever since then. Amadeus smashes his fist down, and he says that he told Carol that she couldn't stop him if he wanted to kill Clint. Nope.
Wait. Oh, we're finished. Okay. So, yeah. Hulk smash, guys. What do you think? Did I smash it? Did I not smash it? What do you think? This picture is now done. Coloured in to my best abilities. I will take a picture of this and post it over on Instagram. If you're not already, go over there, guys, and check it out. My name is Blut084, BLUT084, Art and Games, or Art Games on Instagram. But you'll find me if you just put that in there. You'll see my face, and you'll probably see the picture of this. If not, many other different pictures. Don't forget to go and follow me over there, guys, because you'll get daily updates. Otherwise, hit subscribe on this here stream. I'm live every single day, and I'll be live again momentarily. I'm going to have some dinner, and I'll get on with the game. Thanks for watching, guys. My name, Ajay. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. If you're watching back and you've made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you very much for doing that. Don't forget, I will be digitizing this one, so don't forget to click those links and check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you do. Bye for now.